dolls, welcome back to my channel. I know you guys are probably like, we're tired of looking at this makeup look on your face, but this will be my last video for today wearing this look. I have time today, so I'm trying to record for you guys, and so I feel like when I do a makeup look, that is the day where I have the most time, is when I do a makeup look. So I try to get multiple videos done, so that's why you guys will see me like multiple times with this look, or a different, you know, a certain look in 2 to 3 videos. Is because it's the time where I can record. But yes, if you have not already known, this is a throwback makeup look. So if you have not checked out my throwback makeup look, you can go ahead and click the little info box up top or in the description box. I am posting 2 more throwback makeup looks for you guys, and it's just an appreciation for you guys. So this video, if you didn't read the title, is how to get over a really bad situation, or how to adjust your life after like losing your job, or just basically me losing my job. I actually recorded this video 4 separate times, so this will be the 5th time I'm recording this. Now that I am complete through my process and I am fine and I don't look like a crazy person or sound like a crazy person, I am ready to record this video and get this video out to you guys, because it's been deep on my heart. It's been on my chest. I've been really wanting to get this out. So I decided to come up with some steps that I did to help anyone else, or someone who is going through this situation like I went through. This is just to kind of show you guys or help you guys through the process, and it can happen to anyone. So basically, you guys, if you don't follow me on Facebook or Insta, you would not know like the big change that happened in my life. So I'm gonna kind of go back and, you know, tell the whole little mini story. I went to UNT for fashion design. I did graduate 2015, yay. So right out of school, I did get a job, and I was working for Rebel Athletics, which is like a cheerleading design company here based in Dallas. So I was super stoked because I found a job like out of college. How many students can actually say that? Not a lot. And I was there for about 8 months. Everything was fine. Everything was going good. And some random day, like a couple of days before my birthday, they just let me go. So it was kind of like, what? The reasons were really untruthful. They claimed that my skill level wasn't up to par, even though like a month and a half ago, they told me I was doing really good. They gave me a raise and a bonus. So it was like, okay. And then they also just mentioned some things that just was like, really? Like, you could have just told me that and it could have just been fixed, or I didn't even know it was wrong. So it still, once again, could have been told, and so it could be fixed. It was nothing to just straight be like, hey, you gotta go. So I think it was more to it than what they said. They just was trying to find a BS way. And I don't know, maybe it was something that they shouldn't have fired me for, but they had to make up something because they couldn't say what the original thing was. My overall review for the company, it's a great place to start as a designer. It's not a place that I would technically end my career. This is gonna be straight honesty. I'm not gonna say anything, oh, because you got fired. No, I'm just gonna be honest. I was not planning on staying there no longer than maybe 2 years. I had already had a plan for my life. I wanted to work there to get some experience and some exposure, and I was going to move on. I was not going to stay there no more than 2 years, because honestly, after working there for like 2 months, I hated it. It was a cool place, you know, like the designers there were cool. Some of them were cool and cool to talk to and whatever, but don't get comfortable. And that was, I think, a mistake that I made. And I didn't realize it until it was like too late. But the overall, the way things are run, it's like there's too many people trying to be a boss who is not a boss. So it kind of made it like weird. And then the person that was a boss didn't do his job. So obviously that's the reason why I'm not there anymore, is because instead of you telling me in the beginning things not to do, you just kind of like let it happen, and you kind of just set me up for failure. So it's kind of like, you can't trust people, which is really bad when it's a small company and you all have to work together. You can't really trust everyone. Even though they tell you, you know, speak your mind, don't. once it happened, while it was happening, guys, I was like, wait, this is the wrong person you guys got in here, because this is not for me. Like, I was like, wait, what? Like, I'm sorry, what? Are you serious? So I didn't think it was like real, but it was real. And the jacked up part, I had to literally pack my desk in front of everyone. And I'm assuming the other designers, I know a few knew already, but I'm assuming the other ones, because from their reactions, didn't know what was happening. So it just came as a total surprise. So when it happened, I was just like, bro, like, seriously? Like, no. I thought, like, the next day I was like, this is a joke. And I was like, it's not April yet. I was like, wait, this is not real. Like, I just couldn't believe it. So step one is step one, or what I did first, I don't even know if I should call these steps, is cry and reflect. You're going to cry about it. I think that first day, like, after it happened, because it was like around the time I was supposed to like clock out and leave anyways, Greg thought I was joking, and I was like, no, dude, like, this happened. And I only shed one tear, and it was like, it wasn't even serious because I didn't take it seriously. But then, like, the next several days after having to stay at home, and usually I wouldn't be at home, and I took Zoe to daycare, and Zoe's daycare was literally right around the corner from it, I came home and I was just crying, because I was just like, this is crazy. Like, and then I had to I started thinking about bills. Like, I pay rent, I pay bills, I pay credit cards, I pay this, Zoe's daycare. Like, what am I going to do? So I like freaked out, and I started reflecting, thinking, what could I have done something different for this not to happen? And I just, all the time, it got so bad to where it was hard for me to sleep, to eat. I even stopped work. I was working out at first. I had to stop because I just wouldn't wake up on time, because I was just staying up at night, just pondering this thing that just happened to me. And that you're going to do that. You're going to cry. You're going to reflect. You're going to wish that it didn't happen, but it did. Number two was accepting it. So after about a week and a half, I finally just accepted that they're not calling me back. They're not gonna give me my job back. There's nothing I could do. I was so polite asking for like a recommendation letter. I thought maybe they'll see that I'm a good person. Like, I tried to maybe like being good. You know, I don't know. I just felt like maybe like give them time. Maybe they felt like they'll make a mistake. But then I kind of accepted it. I accepted what happened, and I kind of was just like, okay, this is my situation. I need to do something, or I'm going to be like screwed in the next couple of months, because I didn't save any money. The money I did have saving, because the way they had our checks, me and Greg thought I was going to get paid a certain amount. So we based where we were going to live off of our two incomes. And so we thought I was going to get paid this much based off what taxes are supposed to be. But because how they do our checks, which AKA rip off, it was totally different. So the money I had to save when I first started working there, I had to start using to cover stuff, because my checks wasn't enough. I was freaking out, because I was like, we went from this amount to half of that amount in a moment, in a second. So I was like, I have to figure out, what am I going to do? So I accepted I need to like get to just figure stuff out. Then I was like, okay, since I accepted my situation and I had a month or so to think about things, the next step, I relaxed, and I went and found myself. I relaxed. That's when I really started recording a lot of makeup videos, working out, and just at home, just Netflix. I needed a break, because I've been working since high school, nonstop, like high school, college, like had on and off again with jobs, and just doing the fashion program nonstop. Had Zoe in the program, kept going, did not stop, you know, just doing all this stuff. So I was like, maybe this is some time that I need to myself. And that's what I did. I relaxed, I found myself, and I figured out what I need to do. And that goes to number 4, figuring out what you love doing. And I was like, I love still doing YouTube. I love makeup. And I was like, my store, like, you know, I have my store. that honestly, guys, that didn't even pop up in my head when I got fired. Like, oh, I got my store, so I don't care, because my store was really small and it's still small. And I didn't really consider it as a job at the time. It was just something that I was doing that hopefully later will pick up and will bring extra income into the house. So now it is my job. And so once I figured out what I love doing, like sewing and makeup and my store and everything, I kind of put a plan together. So the next thing I did was go ahead and remove all the bad from my life. And saying that, it was like everything that just kind of reminds you of that situation, I had to go ahead and get rid of, because I was just like, if I keep this reminder, it's just going to bring me down. And so I unfollowed everyone that was there except for like 1 or 2 people on Instagram and I believe on Facebook. Facebook, I don't really care too much for, because I don't really go through my feed like that like I do on Instagram. So I made sure on Instagram, because I didn't want to, it was like at first I didn't want to, because like I want to stay connected to them, because some of them I really cared about. But then I started seeing all the stuff that reminded me of the job, and I just couldn't deal, so I just did it. Don't mean I dislike anybody anymore. It was just something I needed to do for myself. I even like literally threw away the company jackets that I bought and stuff that I got for Zoe that was free. Anything that reminded me of the company, I kind of like, even documents that I needed to fill out for the job, I saved it on USB and I deleted it off my computer. I just needed to kind of cleanse it from there. And even stuff that I was going through while I was still working there that had nothing to do with them, but it was just still negativity, kind of just wiped it all off. The next thing I did was recreate. Like I said, I recreated my plan. I needed to figure out what I can do to make money or to bring extra things into the house to kind of just help contribute to my household and to, you know, make myself feel better. So I created a new plan, which is my store. I really got into like figuring out how to brand the store more, figuring out how to promote the store. Did a lot of research, and then I also thought about YouTube. How can I make better videos? I have this book. This is my YouTube book. You guys haven't seen it before. Have all my stuff from my videos in this book. That's why I keep looking at it when I look down. But I bought that book and I was like, I need to start writing things down to have new ideas and just create a new plan. The next thing was to start making your time work for you, which means like, instead of now you're on the clock for someone else, you're on the clock for yourself. So use your time wisely and do things like use some of your day to do things to make you happy, and then some of your day to help bring in income. Then I had to go back and recreate my funds, which means I used to get paid a certain amount a month. I'm not gonna get that anymore. So I had to be realistic. All the splurging on the makeup that I used to do, I can't do that. Clothes, I can't do that. So I had to go back and be like, okay, what do I have left? And that was the thing. And then how can we make this work? How can I still do YouTube and not have a job and get this amount of money every month? How can we make it work? So we had to recreate our funds. And one of the things that I had to do was my apartment. You guys know, or I don't know if I mentioned it, and I know you guys have seen the tour of this room and the tour of my closet. I am going to do a home tour. Zoe's going to be going to Houston, so I'll get to clean really good and show you guys. I'm going to show you guys this apartment, and then I'm going to do the separate part of the same video of the new apartment, because I do have to move. So it was really sad to come to realization that I can't stay in my dream apartment anymore because of my income level has changed, which, you know, it's sad, but it happens. And it's just an apartment, it's not a house. But I found a new apartment, which is kind of similar to this apartment, which is way cheaper, which is a surprise, which I was like, why didn't we like look at these before? But it's not as nice as this apartment. It doesn't have the same amenities that this apartment has, but you know, you got to give a little to get more or whatever. So you know, so I had to like think about those type of things. Like as far as like makeup and YouTube, I kind of had to put myself on hold as far as, since my channel is all about drugstore makeup, I can afford to not having to buy high-end makeup all the time and buy new makeup to recreate looks for you guys, because I have so much makeup that you guys still haven't seen that I've been having for a while, that I can still do videos for you guys. The next one is to rename yourself. That means like you don't want to be the girl who got fired. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that mopey person. Oh, she's different now because, you know, she lost her job and blah blah blah. Oh, how is she gonna afford? So that's what I did. I was like, forget rebel, you know. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna sit here and mope because they did that, because I feel like it was evil intentions, and I'm not gonna fall down the drain to make them win even more. And you guys just don't understand. The company's so small that they can sit there and talk about someone that they just fired because everybody knows them. Everybody's in one. Everybody basically can talk about that person, because I've heard it done in the company after someone got fired. And it was so sad that they just bashed that person. Even though I didn't know them, I was just like, bro, that's crazy. So I renamed myself. Like people, like, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. I really am doing fine. Getting fired was actually a blessing in disguise, because I'm happier. The job was just too much stress for something that wasn't mine. And I feel like I worked too hard in school to be working at this company, to be honest. I feel like if you value yourself and your time and your degree, I worked too hard to be there, and some of those other designers work too hard to be there, and they're comfortable there. And I'm like, hey, if you like it, hey, go ahead. But it wasn't for me. The next one is to start building and keep dreaming. So now that you have your plan, you kind of got yourself together, you cleared out all the bad, and you figure out your funds and what you want to do, it's time to start building. Just jump into it. Get to what you need to get to and get it done. Now that you have all this time, you can do your schedule however you want and do what makes you happy. Like, if traveling make you happy and you saved up enough money while you was working to travel boo, do you know? But doing YouTube and my store is what makes me happy, and I'm so happy doing it. Like, we just redesigned Hairstyle Plus, like the layout. So we just redid it to fit our customers a lot better. Because we do have some really stylish customers. We have so much going on, that to the point where now I am losing track of the blog on the website. So I'm trying to find someone to write our blogs now. So it's just like a lot going on. So the next one is to make your dreams your income, which is basically just the same thing as building. While you're start building up, you're making those dreams your income. Now what you always wanted to do is what you're doing, and you're making money from. That's what you have to start doing to make your income. So your dreams is now your money. It's just that simple. And the last tip or step that I am absolutely trying to take forward and remember is to never stop and keep moving. There will be days where it's so bad. Like, I've had some of those days where I just feel like, what am I gonna do? What am I doing with my life? And then I slowly get reminded that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm on the right path. So just keep going. Like, it's not gonna be easy. I never said just because you follow these tips or whatever, I give you what I did, oh, it's just gonna be easy. Jackie did it. It's not. Just like people thought it was so easy for me to get into the fashion program, which, by the way, guys, at UNT, it's not the easiest program. It's really not. It's really difficult. And people thought it was so easy because I was in it, pregnant, and I had my baby, did not take any time off. I went to school like 2 days later because I missed 2 days of class, which was horrible because I was behind. I caught up, and I had a newborn. So Zoe is literally our program baby because she was born in the program, and so people thought it was so easy for me to do that, and it wasn't. And if it wasn't for Greg, I don't even know how I would have got through it. So guys, this situation was horrible. This was one of the worst experiences I think I've ever had, period. And I never thought this would ever happen to me, and it did. And it was so crazy because I was like, what am I supposed to do with my kid, and everything. So I'm not the only person this happens to. This happens all the time to people, and it's so upsetting, especially when it's not even a legit reason. They just do it to just because they want to either hire someone else, or they just feel like we don't want her here or whatever. It's horrible how they do things, but what can you do besides start your own company, and then maybe you'll be the one just doing it. But I don't think I could ever do that to someone. That was my situation. I kind of want to share that with you guys because I know people have been wanting to know what has been going on as far as like when they found out about me losing my job on Facebook. So, you know, it happened, guys. I mean, just get through it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you out and, you know, gave you guys a little bit more insight on my life. And I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Guys, go ahead and check out my throwback videos, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.